reaction from the wife of the man behind the push to build a mosque near Ground Zero. Daisy Khan, whose husband Imam Faisal Rauf right now is in the Mideast. He's on a tour funded by your tax dollars, saying her family's become a target because of the controversy, and she says she knows who to blame. Khan saying in an interview, quote, "It is hard for us to imagine we are in the thick of a controversy like this. The Republicans are really going after us." Mark Sawyer is a political science professor at UCLA, and Ben Ferguson is an Icon Radio Network talk show host. Great to see you both, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be here.
All right, Mark, she mentions this is about fighting back against Islamophobia, but a lot of times when people bring that up in a debate, some think it's akin to playing the race card, because if you're going to go after every opponent of your idea and label them that way, is that just as dangerous as what she's accusing the opponents of doing?
No, it isn't. In opposition to this mosque, I'm going to say it's just plain un-American. In America, we don't believe in collective responsibility, and these people have no responsibility for what happened in 9/11. We don't blame all Christians for the KKK or skinheads or even the actions of someone like Timothy McVeigh, and there's no reason why these people who've worked all their lives to promote moderate Islam and connections with Jews and Christians and people all over the world,
Mark,
and are doing a good job with their community, it should not be able to have a mosque in lower Manhattan that's no closer to Ground Zero than a strip club.
Ben, they say it's going to be interfaith discussion and dialogue.
I laugh because he just made a point about Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh did not blow up Oklahoma City in that bombing and claim that he was doing it in the name of Christ. The people that crashed the planes into the World Trade Center, what did they claim? They all claimed the same thing. They all claimed that this was because of Islam, this was because of their beliefs, and it was solely based on their religion. So to claim what you're saying about this being Timothy McVeigh and Christians, all that, it's a terrible, terrible argument. But the fact of the matter is, if this is about religion, this center is about religion and loving the community, how are you telling me this is about love if it's making so many people hurt that were affected by 9/11? There's not a pastor of any religion that I know outside of this religion that would do this on purpose and make this many people angry as this mosque has made angry and community center, because they would know they got to serve and love the community, and the community does not want it there. That's the point. Obviously, they're not about love.
Mark, I mean, so much passion on both sides of this, and you can understand why people would be emotional on both sides. Do you see the other side of this?
No, I don't. I guess the Mayor Bloomberg isn't a member of the New York community. Look, the point is that for them to move the mosque would be to accept some responsibility for 9/11 that goes to all Muslims, and that's just
no. It's
nonsense.
Called common sense,
and it's un-American.
It's called common sense.
It's not common sense.
Let's let Mark answer. Let's let Mark finish.
Right, Ben. We don't hold everyone responsible. Timothy McVeigh called himself a Christian patriot. We don't hold all Christians and patriots responsible for the Oklahoma City bombing. We don't do that. And for them to move the mosque is to suggest that they've done something wrong. And they've done nothing wrong.
Let me make this very clear.
These are good people. Ben, tell me, are these bad people? Let me know. Tell me.
No, I don't.
Are they responsible for 9/11? Are they responsible?
Let me answer your question then. Do I think they're responsible for 9/11? No. Do I think this religion as a whole has been perverted and many people believe that this is meant for them to go blow up a building? Absolutely. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to religion, religion is supposed to be about peace and love. And if they truly believe that, which I don't think in this case they do, I think that they are doing this to say, look, guess what? We can do whatever we want to do, and you people are dumb enough. This money's coming from overseas, first of all. This is about making a statement. This is not about serving the community as they're claiming it is. And if it was, they'd say, hey, we'll move down the street and love people and serve the community and let you know that we're not about 9/11 and what happened. This is what the Islamic world does. It's called, we are going to defy what people want and logic, and that's exactly what building this building is about. It's about defying the people that were affected by 9/11. They're not loving the victims of 9/11 or their families, and they're not honoring the dead either.
All right, very quickly, I want to hear from Daisy Khan herself. We want to play a bit of what she had to say about this mosque coming together, comments that she made on the O'Reilly factor when Laura Ingraham was sitting in. Here's Daisy Khan.
Well, I think the closeness of the center to Ground Zero, first and foremost, is a blow to the extremists. And, you know, we Muslims are really fed up, Laura, of having to be defined by the actions of the extremists. You know, we are law-abiding citizens, we are faithful people, we're very good Americans, and we need to project a different message of Islam, one of tolerance, love, and the kinds of commonalities we have with other faith communities.
All right, that comment was made about 9 months ago. Hold on just a second. I want to get Mark's reaction. I mean, how has that message been lost in the last 9 months?
It's been lost because because after that Laura Ingraham interview, you guys decided in your summer of racial resentment in the Republican Party that you were going to whip this up along with the new Black Panther Party, along with Shirley Sherrod, along with a bunch of other phony stories to get people all stirred up. And that's the point.
Amazing.
Nothing's
First
wrong
of all,
with that message. Exactly what she's saying is exactly the America that we should all want to live in. Where
okay,
people
Mark,
want to come together in all faith and respect one another.
Hold on just a minute, gentlemen. Mark, let me ask you, though, Harry Reid and Howard Dean, they're Democrats. They don't think this is a good idea. They both come out against
and
it.
Nancy
Are they secret GOP operatives within the Democratic Party?
No, they've been spineless. The shouting machine has gotten so loud that people are giving up their principles. We have a principle of religious freedom. We have a principle of not holding people collectively responsible. That's what America is all about, and this is un-American. And these people are, and Nancy Pelosi's wrong.
All right, Ben, let me ask you this. Daisy Khan has come forward to say that her family is receiving death threats. Okay, so has this conversation gone too far, this debate gone too far? If that is indeed true, we have no reason to doubt what she's telling us.
Look, we see death threats happen all the time. I get them as a talk show host. Many others get them all the time. There are people out there that are crazy. We know this. But she said something that I thought was very important that she said on the O'Reilly Factor, and that was that we are not a part of this extremist group. Well, if you're not an extremist, then why are you being so extreme and so bullheaded and stubborn to put a mosque in a place that people of all backgrounds, of all political parties, of all religious views, and some that have no religious views are saying this is just the wrong place and the wrong time to do this? That's my only question to her. Don't be an extremist then. Be a realist and look at what Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid and others have said that are being smart about this. They even get it. This isn't a political issue. This isn't the Republican Party, and that's a cop-out for her to claim it. There are people on both sides that say, this is the wrong place to do this and the wrong time to do it. We're not saying don't build it all, just don't build it here. But she is an extremist, and that's the reason why this is happening.
And Mark, across the board, we do see in polling from a number of outlets that most Americans agree there is a right for these folks to build there on private property. But as Ben pointed out, it's more about the question of appropriateness. So at this point, do you think there will be any sense of compromise? I know that Governor David Paterson here in New York has been trying to work with them on that and maybe move the location, but it seems like both sides are dug in. Is there any chance of finding compromise now that this debate has gotten so heated, Mark?
I don't know. I mean, I think I just worry about the idea of them making this compromise suggests that they recognize that their group bears some responsibility for a bunch of fanatics that are running around, using Islam for their political purposes and committing horrific acts of violence that they have nothing to do with and that they repudiate any chance you ask them. They have no responsibility for that. So moving the center...
Ben, quickly wrap us up.
Mark, you can make a statement that you're not a part of this by showing love to the community and saying, we're not extremists, we get it, and we're going to move it because we want to serve the community. She is an extremist, and she does want this to be there, and she wants to pour salt in the wounds of so many affected by it, and she's defiant about it, and she'll back it up, and you know what? That's her point of view. It's just sad because she's not going to get anybody to come to the community center on love, that's for sure.
All right, gentlemen, Mark and Ben, great sides, great points on both sides. It's a debate that will continue. Thank you both for joining in.